The state of Louisiana is defending its pro-life laws. It's one of the most pro-life states in the nation, and they're going on the offense, and I'm grateful for that. Yesterday, state lawmakers approved a new measure that targets out-of-state abortion drug providers. Now, this is the result of a New York doctor that has sent abortion pills into the state of Louisiana. And this is yet another tool. They've indicted. That doctor has been indicted, but Mayor or Governor Hochul in New York refuses to obviously allow this doctor to be extradited. So there's another tool here, civil action through mothers being able to sue these abortion pill subscribers or the prescriptions, the pharmacy, all those involved, whoever approved them, the doctors and others. The bill heads to the desk of Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry. But I want to bring in Travis Weber, Vice President of Policy and Government Affairs here at the Family Research Council, because this is a problem that was created by the Biden administration when they changed the protocols for mifepristone, the abortion pill. They removed the safeguards that required doctors to do a consultation, in-person consultation with a mother before prescribing these drugs. They did away with it, which opened the door for these being sent through the mail. That policy remains in place. The Trump administration has not removed it. They could fix this overnight if the Trump administration would simply put back in place the protections for women. But they haven't done it, and it needs to be done. Travis, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Tony.
What do you want to add to that?
I agree. I agree. That's what needs to be done, right? So sometimes these issues just require moral clarity, conviction, and a step forward, right? Because as you say, this is a matter of FDA oversight. That's federal government.
This shows. I mean, again, I'm just going to be very candid. I'm here to be honest. This goes back to President Trump being afraid of the abortion issue. It goes back to the party platform that we were a part of, that they stripped the life language out of. And look, I know they've done some really good stuff on the life issue, and I applaud that, and we applaud that here. But almost over 70%, roughly 70% of abortions now are conducted through the abortion pill. Yeah. It would not matter if 49 states in this country had solid pro-life laws, right, as long as one could mail abortion pills into those states.
But, you know, Tony, it's interesting because the Trump administration, one of the things they've done right, they've rolled back the woke export of in our foreign policy. What happens though when a state wants to export this, as you're saying, to other states and impose an anti-conservative, anti-life position at odds with the administration's own views on so many matters on other states? That's what's happening. So that's why it's important. That's why we need to continue to call attention to it. Yeah. And, you know, as we said in our publication several years ago, this was the next abortion battleground. Right. That's what we called chemical abortion. It's upon us. We're currently in the midst of it.
And nothing is more defining of a nation than how it protects the most vulnerable. And again, I applaud the steps that have been taken, but as long as the abortion pill can be sent in, and it is 70% it's responsible for 70% of abortions.
Yeah, Tony, I think it's the overwhelming majority, and we look at that next battleground. It's upon us, and what's happening? People are deceived. What's actually going on here? This is the termination of a life that God, in His sovereignty, has formed in the womb, a living, breathing baby. We're terminating that baby's life, just like we do with the grisly dismemberment and other abortions.
But there's also, the stories are not being told about the implications for women, because this abortion pill is only effective within a certain window, the first 10 weeks, I believe 10, 11 weeks of pregnancy. After that, it becomes a health complication for the mothers. If you're not having an in-person consultation, and of course, there's also the maligned use of this, as we saw just in Texas, where there's a murder case where a boyfriend, or I'm not sure if they were married or not, but gave his wife, pregnant wife, unbeknownst to her, this drug and killed her baby.
Yes, Mary Zock from our team points out, this gives cover to men who want to abuse women, take advantage of this situation and their behavior towards women. It gives them cover. They can cover up their their activity.
But it can create tremendous complications, even death for these women.
It can, and this is an area we've focused on in our writing. It's an area that the government, that states and the federal government should do more to draw out, say, let's study the issue, let's examine it, let's have testimonies of women come forward and tell what's happened. Why not? Why wouldn't we want to do that?
So we have, folks, we've been talking about this to administration officials. So we're not just, I don't get on here and talk about things that we don't work on. So we are working on to get this done. We're talking to administration officials, but there's something else we're going to be doing because we know how entrenched the abortion mindset is in this nation and how strong it is. It's a stronghold spiritually. On the 24th of this month, of June 24th, we're going to have a specific day, a call to prayer and fasting to see this spirit of abortion broken off of this country once and for all. And so, folks, I'm going to have more information about that as we get closer to that. But mark your calendar. June the 24th is a day of prayer and fasting. Travis, thanks so much for coming in and listening to me.
Thank you.